Ooh, that looks tasty.
Save games with long explanations for the weekend. Trophies is so simple to learn and play. We guarantee you can teach your friends in less than 10 seconds. If we're wrong, we'll be your friends instead. Cause Trophies is a game for Thursdays.
Welcome, folks. Today, the Hungry Gamer is back with another game review. And today, we are talking about Trophies, which is published by Facade Games and is designed by a whole mess of people. And they are Joanne Hancock, Robert Hancock, Holly Hancock, Travis Hancock, Megan Nielsen, and Ben Nielsen, with illustrations by Sarah Keel. Now, it's funny that the list of people who designed this game is so long, because it's not even going to take me that long to tell you how you play the game. So, what this game is it is a competitive word game. And the game plays between 2 and 30 people, it says. I think it would be insane to play it with 30 people, but hey, to each their own, right? And it is a game where you are trying to be the first person to come up with a word that satisfies the category that the judge has given you based on the letter on the card. Now, if you are not interested in the 90-second description of how the game works, then go ahead and jump ahead to the timestamp on the screen right now. For those of us who are still here, let's quickly go through how the game works. So, one player is the judge, and they're going to be flipping cards and picking categories. So, let's take a look at that. The judge will be looking at this side of the card. Something in this room, something square, furniture, animal, whatever. And they're going to pick one of them, and they will call it out to everyone in the room. Something square. And everyone in the room, meanwhile, will be seeing the other side of the stack of cards and the letter T. So everyone in the room, let's say I picked, I don't know, cooking ingredient. Everyone else in the room is going to call out the first cooking ingredient they can think of that starts with a T. Time. Great. So someone gets it, and so then the person who shouted time, they would get the card in the front of the deck here. That would go to their hand, and then the judge would take this card and flip it around to the front, giving them a new letter. So now we have an A on the front, and then maybe I were to shout out math term, and someone shouts algebra or addition or whatever it may be, and they get a card. Then we flip, and we go to the next one, and this time we go with habit. We flip over, we have a D there, someone shouts out doodling. Great, it's done. Then we flip, and the next one we'll go with drink, and it's an S, soda. And you get the idea, and you just keep going around and around until your whole stack's gone, and then you count up who has the most cards at the end of the game. Person with the most cards at the end of the game gets the trophy, they get to hold it above their head, they get to cheer, talk about how amazeballs they are, and then the person who's in last place gets the participation trophy, because really, they're a winner at heart. That's it. That's how this game works. So, what do I like about this game? I gotta say, I like this game. I think it is great fun. I busted it out after Thanksgiving, and we promptly played through 3 games and had a great time. I also like that both my older brother and his wife were competitive, and even though she didn't win, my 10-year-old niece was also competitive. She did wind up getting the participation trophy, but she was only 5 cards or so behind, which is really pretty good, and everyone was just having a great time as we went through. And I also have to say, I love that on each of the cards it has these other trophies. Ridiculous trophies, and has the history, and every single card has a different one on there. I think there's a good variety of categories on the back, and because as you flip through, you're constantly getting new letters on the front, and they're not tied to the categories that you're reading, it does keep the replay value fairly high, and I think that's fantastic. I will also say that I like this tin box. It's probably unnecessary, but it's really nice. It comes in this cool tin box. That's really cool. I like that. I will say that I like that this is a competitive fast word game, because if you are like me, you are thinking about this and thinking, well, why would I get that game if I already have just one? Because it's the same idea. People are coming up with single words based off of whatever the clue is. Clearly the game plays differently. Let's not be confused that I'm saying it plays the same way. But it does kind of scratch that same itch, that word game, fast, funny, because people start calling out stuff that makes no sense because they're trying to beat everybody else. It becomes very, very funny. And at the same time, but what's different is that this is a competitive game. And I think that is great, because now I can look at my group, I can say, we want to play a fast little word game, we're competitive, trophies. Instead of, ooh, this is not a good group to get competitive on, let's bust out just one. I'll also say that this game goes faster than just one. You can get through the entire deck of cards. You'll see it's quite a lot of cards here. You can get through that entire deck in about the same amount of time that you can play a round of just one. So it's just a different style game, and I think there's room in the market for both of them. I really enjoy that. So what are my quibbles about this game? And I just have a couple. I would like to see maybe something a little more exciting on the front. I mean, clearly this is what's important. It's all about the letters there. So it's a little bit dull, but on the other hand, if you have a bunch of that stuff there distracting from the letter, maybe that's not good. And the only real quibble that I have is, while I love this tin box, the cards don't quite fit easily when you put them back and then go in and out. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, so you'll see I have my stack of cards here, and now we put them into the box. And you will see that I'm actually really having a hard time here. And then, so I'll take them out and I'll put them in this way. See if that works a little better. And it does not. So I'll just put it in kind of slowly, and you have to kind of put them in one chunk at a time, which is just, and even now you'll see I'm not quite getting it all in there perfectly. And you know, at the end of the day, is it really hard to put it away? No. But you will see, when I do finally get them all in here, that they kind of stick over the top a little bit. So it's weird, because it's such a nice box, and it just doesn't quite work out like you would hope it was. Now, anyhow, that's a very, very minor quibble. And I, of course, should have mentioned this little trophy is awesome. Usually I would cut this and I would go back to the things I like, but it's just so cool. And it is a little metal trophy that I'll just bring it up here. So this is a game that, if you enjoy games like Just One, if you enjoy word games, if you enjoy Taboo, anything like that, and you have a large group of people that you would like to just bust this out and play with, this is a fantastic, fantastic game to have. This is one that I will absolutely take in and play with my students. It's just great fun. I think this is really a can't miss game to try out if any of that stuff sounds like it's at all fun to you. The last thing I'll say is, it's not expensive. I believe it's $15 for this, and shipping's free, I think. Please don't quote me on that, but I think it is. So there you have it, folks. That is Trophies from Facade Games. Definitely check it out. And if I made any mistakes, please let me know with the timestamp so I can get them to the Klingon subtitles. As always, please like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.